Jesus is Lord.
Yes, He is Lord.
Alright, we're coming to you today. This will be a Sabbath day show. And we're looking, starting back to look at the law. We're on number 40 out of 613. I've gone through and looked at the old ones, and there is one that we are not in compliance with. You guys know we've already been through love and brotherhood. We've been through prayer and blessings. We've been through signs and symbols, the Torah, and we've gone through all these. There is one that we are not in compliance with, and that's one here, coming out of Deuteronomy 9. Let's just take a look at it. Deuteronomy 6 and 9. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. These are talking about the laws. And since we have nothing written on the posts of our house, we are not in compliance with this. And we gotta get fixed. Alright, so let's move on. What's that?
If the Lord does blessings for the house, that it's a house with an engraving for post.
Wow. You better start engraving now.
Some kind of way. I mean, you might not can do them all, but I think that would be kind of cool.
Well, if you look at what they have, I mean, they supposedly, and then when I say they, I'm talking about the Jews, they supposedly have this thing on their doorpost. Let's see. We go to Google.
Are we gonna have games around or finding them?
Probably. I don't even know how to spell it. Azusa. What does it say? There's a piece of parchment often contained on decorative cases inscribed with specific Hebrew verses from the Torah. So it's just saying specific verses. Okay, so let's see before we go into that. Let's look at this whole thing, 6 and 9. See, right here in verse 6 it says, all these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. So that's what's supposed to be in it. Not the whole Torah. The whole Torah wasn't in one day. He said, which I command thee this day. So let's go back a little further. Hear, Israel. Now these are the commandments, statutes, and judgments which the Lord God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whether ye go to possess it. So I don't think it's all of the law, all of the Torah, or all of the law, but it's something. So that's what we got to work with. Anyway, let's get back to where we're at now. Oh, I was going to show you a picture of that thing, so let me go ahead and show you a picture. This stuff. How did we set up before? This stuff. Yeah, that was wrong. Alright, we'll just pick one. Let's try this one right here. See what it is. Hopefully ain't nothing bad. Yeah. Oh, it is. Not too bad. Alright, so they have these things on their doorposts. I wouldn't agree with that symbol there. Or that. Or maybe this one. But I still have to know what that was right there before I would put it up.
So they're like Bears.
Yeah, well, they're a little small. They're only the size of a stick of gum, and they're supposed to have something in them. And when you go to their house and you knock on the door, that's one of the first things you notice is they have this little thing nailed to their doorpost. No, it's along the same lines. He's telling you the law. He's saying write it on your heart. He's saying bind it to your forehead and your arms. He's saying put it on your doorpost. He's saying talk about it, read it. It's the law. This thing is supposed to contain the law. Pretty sure of it. Yeah, you can put the zizit or the tassels or the fringes on your clothes to remind you of this thing. He's serious about this law. He's very serious about the law. Very serious. Alright, so back, poor and unfortunate. Alright, so let's get into it. For those of you this first time you're seeing this, what we're doing is we're looking at the Mosaic laws. This website here is one of many that is listing these 613 laws. The original guy that wrote it goes back some number of centuries ago, and people are now just posting his work to the web, and this is one of them. We're going to try to stay with this one as long as we can, just to be consistent. All right, number 40, not to afflict an orphan or a widow. So what we need to do is go to Exodus 21, 22, and 21 and see what this says. All right, who wants to read it?
I'll start off with Exodus 22 and 21. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Okay, so what is vexing? Let's look that up. But one thing I'm noticing, y'all can notice it too. If you got your Bible out, look at the verses before and after this one, because this one, 22 and 21, is talking about strangers, whereas this 40 over here is talking about orphans and widows. So I bet there's another verse, something to do with orphans and widows. Y'all look that up. I'll look up the word vex. Vex, make someone feel annoyed, frustrated, or worried, especially with trivial matters. Annoy, irritate, anger, infuriate, exasperate, hurt, gall, or what is this? Pique.
Father.
I'm not going to do it. Let's go back to the verse. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. All right, so anybody looked it up?
Well, under 22 where it says you shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child.
Okay, so that should be 22 right there, not 22 and 22, not 22 and 21. And the reason we saw that earlier, they even pointed it out and said if you're in a Christian text, look at a different verse, and that's probably what this is right here. Their Hebrew Bible somehow falls behind or gets ahead of verse or two. Yeah. Okay. So you said it was This one, 22, you shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. Okay, so what does afflict mean? Let's look it up. See, this is the code. This is the code. I mean, it's one thing to think we know. Sometimes that can get us in trouble. I know me, when words that I thought I knew and really didn't really know, and find out later on, you know, I had that word all wrong. A problem or illness cause pain or suffering to or affect or trouble. Okay? So we're talking about the widows and the orphans. You don't do that to them, is what that's saying. Alright, let's go on. Everybody.
Does anybody know what a widow is?
Husband died.
Husband or wife? That's what a widow is.
Yeah. The man is the widower.
So do we have any widows in our community? Yeah. And what is the fatherless child? Or
No, you go ahead. I'm doing my thing over here.
or the son or daughter of
Yeah, my doors was a winner. All right. Now we're on 41. Not to reap the entire field. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of that field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of the harvest. Okay, so you're gonna need to know what the next verse says on this one, I do believe. So 19 and 19. Well, because what it's saying here is, okay, you plant some corn, you plant some peas or whatever. When you go out to harvest it, you don't make sure, you don't even try to get every pea. You intentionally leave some out there. That's what it's saying. Anybody know why?
So the orphans can get
Exactly. Exactly. The widows, the orphans, even poor Levi's can get it.
Her mother-in-law, they were able to really off that abode.
Yeah.
Not only were they widows, but they were widows.
They were hungry. Right.
Widows, poor, well, they were homeless,
Everybody's homeless then, ain't having no tents.
so basically it's like you tell so you go out and you see some people who don't have that much food and you tell them that if they come and pick their own food then they can have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds right.
But this lady was just like walking and saying this
Yeah. That's right. And our Bible also tells you not to do that. So the Bible reader can't go to somebody else's field. I mean, under certain circumstances, you go over and get what you need to survive. But you're not really supposed to cross the boundaries. But then on our own boundaries, we're supposed to leave food out there for those who wishes to cross our boundaries. All right, let's go on. 42. To leave the unreaped corner of the field or orchard for the poor. That's again 19 and 9, which is where we're at. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt neither wholly root the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of the harvest. So that's where you leave them for the poor. Not to gather the gleaning, the ears that have fallen to the ground while reaping. Oh. Okay, now we didn't hit the same verse. They didn't pull 1, 2, 3 laws out of this one verse. And it looks like they're going to pull at least 3, 4 more laws out of this one verse. But this one here, Not to gather gleanings. See, okay, so what they've done is they added this parenthetical part. It says the ears that have fallen to the ground while reaping. Okay, how they getting that? Let's look up what gleaning means. That's right, we can't assume that anybody knows what a gleaning is. This is the code, guys. Hidden in the words right in front of our face. We don't know what a word means, or we think we know what a word means. Gleaning, formerly leasing, is the act of collecting leftover crops from farmers' fields after they have been commercially harvested or on fields where it is not economically profitable to harvest. Some ancient cultures promoted gleaning as an early form of welfare, a welfare system. Yeah, so it's going for.
So it's like, if the person, if you're a widow or a widower, or a vagabond or whatever, and you know that your neighbor, this field doesn't take every bit, then you know that you can go over there and get it out for food. Are they soft? They're still underfoot.
But I didn't find one. Find out.
They're soft.
All right, here goes another one. To leave the gleanings for the poor. Same in Leviticus 19 and 9. Let's look at 45. Not to gather. Olaf of the vineyard.
Here it says, thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger, I am the Lord your God.
See, now what this is talking about is the imperfect clusters. That ain't right. You don't leave them in the garbage. That ain't right. Not to gather the imperfect clusters of the vineyard. Well, that's what we do anyway. We get the best parts and we leave the trash out there, and whoever wants to get it, whether it be dogs or humans or whatever, they can have it. No, that ain't
I
right.
wonder why you said it first. That's not
Well, that's the problem that I have with these 613 laws is, you know, we need to move. This zone right here, this is my area. I'm liable to come back and knock the dust off of it. Like that. Yeah, so they've taken some liberties and added some text here, this imperfect cluster stuff. And it's added again there, 46. Now it points to a different verse, Deuteronomy 24 and 21. It says to leave the whole law on perfect clusters of the vineyard for the poor. Let's go. See what this says. When thou gatherest the grapes of thy vineyard, thou shalt not glean it afterwards. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow.
I think he's taking it there. He says, when I gather the grapes of thy vineyard, like if you go into the field, you gather corn, then he's thinking that you're taking the best one for yourself. But that's not the time. You gather corn, you go in and gather.
We don't know what's good until we start sucking.
Right. And why would you want to do the bad? That's like if I kill a cow, I only give away the feet. Go ahead.
That's why folks love chitlins now.
You can see the poor steak eating.
Hey, I Hey, that's meat too, boy. You're hungry enough to eat anything.
It's chicken gut, big heart, and muscles all the way up. Black chest.
Okay. 47. Not to gather the perfect grapes. One of these supposed to be perfect grapes. Not to gather the perfect grapes that have fallen to the ground. Okay. 147. No idea what that is. Alright. But we're still talking about the same thing. Alright, 49. To return to take a forgotten sheep. Like the story you was telling earlier, where Boaz told his harvesters to drop stuff intentionally so that she could get it, because she told them to drop those sheaves intentionally. So I'm gonna look this verse out over 24. But what this is saying, okay, you carrying your stuff out of the field. You got a big basket load of sheaves of whatever food it happens to be. Let's say you drop some of them. You don't go back and pick those up and leave them. Hey.
But I think that applies to something spiritual, like you're taking something and you got a lot of it, and then you dump a little bit over a little bit of time. You don't go back to try to get it done.
Or if you are a teacher or a preacher or some type of official doing a lot of talking in the church or whatever, or in the meeting or whatever, and instead of gleaning every single point, you let those who are not as wealthy as you are, knowledge-wise, biblical knowledge-wise, you let them answer stuff too. You let them jump in and you don't get all the low-hanging fruit. Yeah. You let them have, if they want to answer them, let them have them. Don't halt the easy ones too. That's what it sounds like. Since you jumped to spiritual, that's what it kind of sounds like. You let the young 2-day-old Christian get in and share his stuff, just like you left the seasoned harvesters get in and do their things. Just a thought. Good point, Chris. This applies to all fruits, 20 and 19, 24 and 20. When thou beatest thine olive tree, thou shalt not go over the boughs again. It will be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widows. Yeah. So, yeah, and there's a lot of areas you can apply this. It's just leaving some, some for those who can't get them for themselves. Whether it be people who have a lifelong problem and they can't do, or whether somebody's just hungry for the day. They might have couldn't get their daily ration or whatever food or whatever. They come to your field and get it. Any more questions?
Well, I mean, it's just going back to saying if we would live by the law, how much better we would be, as far as like the definition is given about how some. Now we all need to like the
form of welfare. If we would actually implement these things, then people wouldn't have to, people would always have to
Yeah, that's right. But
instead of, not only going into debt, buying overpriced food, buying food that's not healthy for them, because all of this is going to, well, of course they didn't have processed food back then, but all of this is food that's grown naturally. And it would just be so much greater for, I mean, people that's in all situations, that they can go and live in there. I don't know, but would it promote people that are lazy and don't want to grow their own food? Would it promote them to say, well, I'll just leave off cousin Susie's tree, I guess you want to do some.
well, it calls out specifically the widows and the orphans. You know, it does say here poor. You know, so here comes Joe Bubba down the street. You know, and he's on his way to the grocery store to buy his kids some groceries, and says, you know what? Let's stop over there at Stacy's house. Instead of us going to the store and spend money on vegetables, we're gonna stop over there and glean her field. And now we're gonna take this money that I would have had to buy groceries with and go do something that we shouldn't do otherwise, like, I don't know. So, buy some rims for your truck.
Man, what's wrong with rims for the truck?
There's wrong with rims for the truck, but this food was for the poor. You're really supposed to take the poor people's food so you can save your money, so you can have some rims for your truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, but reach his own. At the same time, you can't really tell the guy that's coming into the gate, say, you driving an Escalade, you can't come in here and glean this. You can't do that either. What's going on there? Alright, so where we're at, I think we're on 51. Do not refrain from maintaining a poor man and giving him what he needs. Okay. Deuteronomy 15:7 says, if there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother. Yeah, we want to do this because of that word lazy. See, we start to think that because people don't have something at the time, that they don't have it because they're lazy. And as soon as we get that thought in our mind, then we start to want to avoid that person, because nobody likes feeling taken advantage of. And it's like, hey, he's laying under the shade tree all day, I'm in the sun all day, I got bread, he doesn't, now I got to share my bread with him. Well, nothing about the grasshopper and the ant. What happened with the grasshopper and the ant?
It was summertime and the ants were all gathering food and the grasshopper playing in the water and sitting in the shade every day. All the ants were working, and then when winter time came, the grasshopper came and to the ant. He asked for some food, and the first time the ant said no, but then he asked again, and they gave him some.
The thing about it is, I like the example that you give them what they want. Somebody come and ask you for something, give them what they want, especially when it comes to financial. That's where you give them the funds.
Oh, like your cousin coming asking you for money to buy gas the other day. He needs gas to get to work. He's asking you for money, sitting within 10 feet of a gas tank.
Give them gas. Somebody say, well, I need to go buy some groceries. Can I borrow $100? Well, what's so wrong about, I got plenty of food in my house. You can come in here and grocery shop. I mean, that's what you want, right?
Yeah, that's right. But
Come here, come shop, let's do here first. Let's see what you need. Tell you what, you go make a list, and then we'll see what you need, and I'll see what I got. But if you're in, because that's what you want,
well, yeah.
I don't know if people take advantage of it. You giving them what they need, giving them what they ask for.
Thing about it, people take advantage of you. That's the Lord takes care of that for us. They're not going to keep taking advantage of you. He's gonna take care of that. And we're supposed to allow him. He wants us to be givers. He wants us to give freely. Anybody asks. You walk down the street and hear the guy, looking just like me, asking for, $10. You know he's going to buy some crack. You know that. That's what I'm going to look like me and my sister selling like a crack.
Please stop.
But you know what he's going to do with it. Or the guy, it's a guy standing outside the liquor store. Talk about he thirsty and he need a few dollars. You're not supposed to look at that guy and say, "Oh, you going right in the liquor store and you." No, you're really supposed to give it to him. You're supposed to give him the money, knowing what he's going to do, thinking
But
you know what
does
he's
it say
going to do.
you're supposed to give him the money?
Yeah, supposed to give it to him without asking. I can look it up. But
And if you walk up to me and say, and you I'm not even gonna
well, no, we're talking about the money. No. If I'm standing by the liquor store and I say, man, I ain't had a drink all day. I just need, come on, man, just give me a couple of dollars so I can go in here and get me some rock gut liquor just so I can get some booze flowing through my veins again. Help me out, brother, please. And you just happen to have a bottle of liquor in your pocket. Give it to him. You ain't gotta give him the cash. Give it to him. No, okay, we getting that.
And also,
I'm not thinking of that. If I'm at a grocery store
Okay.
and somebody walk up to me and say, I need to go ahead and buy some groceries for my children.
Yeah.
And could you give me $100? What is wrong and where does it support that I'm supposed to give them the $100? Why can't I go in there and let's go in there and buy you some groceries? Because the end result is you want groceries for your children.
Yeah, no.
Why am I supposed to go in there and you walk and give you $100 cash? Which I don't think you should be giving out anyway. Give you $100 cash, and you come out of there with a bag of potato chips that cost 50 cents.
Keep the change.
Yeah, keep the change.
Yeah.
That's not the end result. I haven't,
Tough one. It's a tough one. But err on the side of charity. Always give first. Give first. Give first. In that situation, if I'm headed to that grocery store and she out there talking about she needs some groceries, you get your buggy, come on, let's go. And you know what? Me? I'm just picking out, you don't need that. You want to look. You see this? This is,
started like, I ain't got
yeah, look, no, yeah. You see this? This is the brand name stuff right here. Look down here below the shelf down here in this low. See, this is where I shop. Down here in this low stuff down here. They don't nobody see down here by your feet. Look down here. Get your cereal right here. And so yeah, and we're gonna go through the whole checkout. And as soon as we get to the door, we're gonna part ways. And she's gonna take her buggy, I'm gonna take mine. That's gonna be it. And she gonna, she gonna roll that buggy right to the corner, and she gonna be selling groceries. No, I'm kidding. All right, so y'all want to end it here?
I got something too.
Okay, hold on. Let's close it out. Go ahead, Chris.
My teacher said that if someone had asked her for money for food outside of Walmart one time, and she had gave him the money, and then he walked across the street to the liquor store. And she said another time that if someone asked you for money for food, you need to go and get them. That's
kind of
Had
tricky.
done that one time, and that was wrong.
When you went and got the food. Yeah.
Well, I think the whole thing is, you know, is telling us to just put charity for the orphans and
See, I believe we're getting prepared for hard times. We gotta realize we gotta work together. And so now, while everybody's living here in America, we're living a life of luxury. Everybody got everything they want, ridiculous for because we don't have the latest, Air Jordans or whatever. We got to get in the habit of sharing because there's going to come a day when your money's not going to be any good for you. Walk in the store, with that $100 bill, trying to get a loaf of bread, and this ain't going to work for you.
let's get this. I took a thing of vegetables down to someone's house the other day, and I had several vegetables. And I gave some of them away and some of them away, and I asked a certain person if they want a bag of vegetables, and they said, no, I'm picky about what I eat.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of messed up. Aren't you supposed to just take it?
Yeah.
I'm picky. No, I'm picky about what I eat. What's in there? I was like, okay.
That sounds like one of your aunts. Anyway, I can almost figure which one that is.
Yeah.
No? Okay. No, let's not guess. All right, we got one more here. To give charity according to one's means. Anybody know what means means?
What they have. To give children. There you go, right there. That's 52. Is that in there? Yeah, I want that because that sums up exactly what we've been talking about.
Deuteronomy 15 and 11. For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thine hand wide open unto thy brother, to thy poor, and the needy in the land. Yeah, it's a stretch though. I don't like the words in 52. Because how do you know what somebody's means are? And somebody's means can change from hour to hour. You pass me headed north, I'm happy. I got dollar bills falling out my pocket, and with big cheeseburger in one hand and
Keys to the
keys to the Lexus in the other hand. I throw my head up at you real quick, keep on going. You find me coming the other way an hour later, and I ain't got none of that, and I'm hungry.
Yeah, I think you just have to be wise about it and concentrate on the poor. Concentrate on what he owes. Poor, widows, and the needy.
Well, how about this? How about
Poor, widows, and the needy.
How about the poorest people around you are the ones with the job?
Well, if they're so poor, then why are they driving a Escalade? You make wise choices. Put that Escalade down, get you a Geo, and feed your family. That's not poor. That's ghetto, whatever.
What's an escalator? Ghetto, I don't care about how family, I care about
It's a luxury truck.
So, you have to look at what's poor and what's. Because I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is that we put concentrate on widows, poor, and
All right. Tough subject here. Talking about the treatment of the poor and unfortunate. All right. Anybody got any more closing thoughts? One sentence or less. Jesus is Lord.